So what's the deal with this? If you win the match, you win the chip. It's like the
Money in the Bank.
It's the Money in the Bank thing.
Yeah, except I don't think you can sneak up on somebody. I think it's like, yeah, you want a match, but it's got to be a scheduled match. It's not like, I think so, that you can't just like dive in, hey, ring the bell.
All right, well, everybody know, I mean, if you didn't know that Hangman Page was going to win this match, you haven't really been watching the show. Did you think somebody else besides Hangman was going to win this?
No, absolutely not.
Right. Okay. So, which is weird because they had a lot of top guys in this match.
Yeah.
That you would think there would be doubt, but I think everybody kind of knew that Hangman Page was going to win that match.
What do you think of Andrade in this match?
I fast forwarded. I just fast forwarded to the end. I can't watch.
What did you guys think?
Underutilized.
He looked good.
That bump he took off
on the ladder.
On the ladder. Man,
spine first.
Ooh.
Dude, yeah.
But no, he looked good. Everybody looked good. Disco, if you didn't see this match is a must watch. It was good.
Yeah, it was pretty entertaining.
It's a ladder match spot. I've seen a million of these. I don't honestly. I'm not.
But like,
I'm not interested in matches where they just throw guys together just to have a spot fest. I like angles.
If you're just watching it for what it is, it was very entertaining.
No, because it had drama. It had drama built into it.
Yeah,
so it was good.
The spots didn't look like crazy ridiculous. They were like, it was good.
Right.
I'll watch it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch it.
You would like it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
So Ross Cervani said he would speak with Paige during the first commercial break of the Rose. So wait, so they're going to the reality show and they're keeping the wrestling fans around to do promos?
Well, they taped Rampage.
So
they taped Rampage anyway, Di. So we were there till like 11:30.
Tony Schiavone gave an interview to Paige after the first commercial break of Roads to the Top. Okay, so if you watch Roads to the Top, you get to see this interview with Adam Page, where he said. Schiavone asked Page when he would cash in his chip for an AEW World Championship match, and Page had a beer in his hand and gave another one to Schiavone. Page explained that he was away from AEW because he and his wife had a baby. Page showed Schiavone a photo on his phone. Schiavone asked about cashing in the chip and whether he would have the Dark Order watch his back when he faced Omega. Page said he needed to catch up with some friends and excused himself without answering any questions. So sorry, whatever. Great interview. The show's all right, bro. The show was down again. The ratings. There's a lot of stuff you can miss on the show. Everybody, their mother after every single show. You go online and people, excellent show. What a fantastic wrestling show is it? And I'm like, what did you guys watch here that I didn't? So a lot of the stuff you can miss.
I don't think it was bad, but it's one of those things that it's really nothing special because Bobby.
Let me ask you a question.
For being an anniversary show, it wasn't special, but I will say the first match was good. I know you don't like lucha. I do.
Let me do this for
I
you.
kind of liked. Okay, wait. I'm just telling you what I liked. I kind of liked the Arn thing because it was different. I liked the Malachite thing. But other
Let me
than
ask you this.
that,
Let me ask you this. If I'm asking you, hey, what are the storylines on AEW right now? What's your answer?
The storylines. Well, Daniel Bryan and Omega, I guess they're probably going to do some sort of a rematch, right?
MJF and Darby.
Yeah, Jericho against the top team, America's top team.
Okay, but what are the storylines though?
No, I get what you're saying. It's just
these are guys that they're having announced matches against each other. What's the storyline?
Well, Ricky and Cage, right? They were both members on FTR, whatever the
Team Taz.
Team Taz. They were on Team Taz. They had heat. Brian Cage left, and now they're going to have finally their first match together, right? Have they ever wrestled against each other?
No, he beat him. He beat him for the belt.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, why? Because Ricky Starks is talking about him,
okay,
like he did in the in-ring.
What else we got on the show?
This one. This is the biggest one. Ryan Garcia. What's the guy? Daniel Garcia versus
Bro, there's not a lot. Here's the thing. There's not a lot of episodic soap opera storytelling on this show at all.
Yeah.
Right now, there really isn't. Yeah.
They're just promos. We got a match.
I think because they blew their nut. I think they blew their nut at All Out, and they're resetting. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the All Out was supposed to be the stepping stone to the next phase. This is supposed, bro. I'm telling you, they're having problems right now creatively because they're not. They thought that they would be in a higher ratings place today than they would when the Punk debuted. They thought this would lead to higher ratings, and this led to 300,000 people less than what they did for the Punk debut show. And I think that's and I'll tell you because a lot of this stuff is easily missable. You could, bro. If they did.
Yeah, it has to be must watch, and it isn't must watch. You're right about that because because we all remember Omar and Carlos, you guys were watching. Were you guys around in the '90s during the Attitude Era, watching it every week?
No, but I rewatched it.
Okay, but you,
I
Omar,
was. Yeah, I was a lot.
that was must watch. You had every week. You were like, "What's going to happen? What's going to happen?" Almost like the last time I was like that was like when Punk dropped the pipe bomb.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to see what he's going to say next week.
Let me give you.
You're right.
Example.
It's not must see TV.
This is the difference, and this is where must see television, where you can't miss things. Okay, Ray and Dominic are doing an angle where Dominic keeps wanting to try to do things on his own. Ray keeps telling him, "Hey, I'm not. You're not ready," and he keeps screwing up. This is storytelling. Ray and what you call do a promo. Ray is telling him you got to focus more and is trying to explain. Dominic's not really listening to him. The next thing you know, you see Dominic and Sami Zayn's walking and say, "Hey, bro, I just want to tell you, that you got better each time you were in the ring with me. Maybe it's time to trust your instincts instead of listening to your dad." Okay, those are like points of storytelling where it's like it's making you interested in like, okay, what's he going to do next? Is he going to tell his dad to F off and start listening to Sami Zayn? Perfect example. Paul Heyman's relationship with Brock Lesnar, he's trying to hide that him and Brock Lesnar are still obviously good friends because he's riding with Roman. And the storytelling they do on that show with the face and everything, that's episodic storytelling. That's a storyline. If I ask you what the storyline was, you could specifically look at some of these vignettes they're doing, which are progressing the story. They don't progress the stories in AEW. They just cut promos on each other for the match. There's like nothing like these little things, these little subtleties. These little there's context delivered. They don't do that. It's just one guy cuts a break. Hey, Daniel Garcia, I'm here to wrestle. You're next, and that's it. And he cut a 5-minute promo, and he ends up with because I'm ready to come wrestle Daniel Garcia Friday. There's no subtlety. There's no context. There's no. That's the difference in what like the WWE system does when they tell stories, and the difference with what they do when they tell stories. When these guys tell stories,
with AEW too, they don't always have the best cliffhangers. Like with today, it's fine because Paige won the thing, and now you're thinking he's going to fight Omega. But the show never ends with wow.
Right.
I can't wait to see what happens next week.
Look at the main events they put on the show. They'll do Camarado versus Dustin Rhodes in a bull rope match. It's like, where's it going to be a cliffhanger?
A different form of TV, like Game of Thrones. I remember when I started watching it, like the very last scene is always something that's like, holy shit. And then you got to stick around for the next episode because you're like, what's going to happen? Like that's
soap opera storytelling. Segments are ending with questions that need to be answered, and like you do, like in a soap opera. If you watch a soap opera, they'll go to commercial with like somebody said something to somebody. They'll show their face. That's interesting. And then you'll lead to that. The way they go on, like
information that builds up to something else.
Right, that's where you say wrestling is a soap opera when you tell stories like that. They don't do that type of storytelling in the show.
I think AEW would benefit from threads, like how I said earlier. The Darby thing would have been good if MJF, you better watch your back tonight, like we're going to come for you. And then so Darby has his match, no one came out. Okay, I guess I'm safe. He has the interview with Marvez, and that's when the limo pulls up. So now he's ready to fight because MJF has warned him that he's going to get jumped. But no, it's just like a segment where the limo pulls up and all these guys under mask, which we already know who they are, they just beat them up. And there's not really that detail that you're saying that goes into the story.
Well, here's a detail they completely missed, like with the Darby Allin thing. MJF has said he's coming after Darby Allin. Sting should go up to Darby Allin and say, "Hey, Darby, let me go watch your back." And no, Sting, I don't need
you. Because that's what I told my brother, too. That Sting was with him for the match, but like they separate backstage or what happens, like they're not hanging out together backstage, like where everybody gets jumped, It's like one of those things that holds in logic and stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's been.
It wasn't a bad show though. It was actually pretty entertaining. What'd you think about it live, Joe?
I was going to say my perspective's totally different because I was there live, and it's like I said at the beginning, the energy and stuff, and the crowd's so into everything. You get caught up in it. So I don't have any complaints or any. I didn't see any like bummer segments, or I did miss a few things, but it was a lot of fun live. Rampage was fun too. So.
Yeah, it looks like
anything noteworthy from there.
Starks. I guess we don't care about spoilers. Starks against Cage in a hardcore Philly street fight is a good match to watch. And you can see me get wiped out by Ricky Starks, which is I'm sure people will enjoy. And Punk had his match with Garcia, which was kind of along the same lines as how he's been doing it, like old school-ish, a little bit slow, but people were waiting to see Punk wrestle. So that's really it.